All right, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to use the rotisserie function of our Power AirFryer Oven, because not only is it a Power AirFryer Oven, which is an air fryer, but it's also a rotisserie and it dehydrates. It does all of those things. Today what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a brine. Now, you don't always have to make a brine, but if you have the time the day before to do it, it's a worthy step. It makes your chicken, your pork, so much juicier, and you're gonna say, why didn't I do this? Probably because you didn't have the time, but if you do, trust me, you won't regret it. Make a brine is easy. It's boiling water, salt, some herb, and some brown sugar in this case. And then all we're gonna do is just melt everything, the salt and the sugar. Make sure we get all the aromatics. You'll start to smell it. You only wanna do it for just maybe 30 seconds. Make sure everything is melted and incorporated. All right, perfect. Then we're gonna turn it off. All right, now we're gonna cool it off. To do that, just some cold water. The recipe's up online, so don't worry about it. You know what this is, I don't have to tell you what that is. And we're gonna pour the beer in. That's gonna cool our brine down, because we don't want to pour a hot brine on a cold chicken. Because what we're going to do is we're going to marinate this overnight. So we want to make sure that it's not going to cook our chicken at all. We just want to brine it, which means it's going to bring all of the juices forward in our chicken. Pour the brine over the chicken, just like that. We're going to cover it, we're going to put it in the refrigerator, and then we're going to cook it 24 hours later or anytime tomorrow. All right, we brined our chicken overnight, and now we are going to take it out of the brining liquid. Now the brining liquid, you can only use that once, so you're gonna get rid of that. And now we are going to pat the chicken dry. So I already have some paper towels out. We'll get rid of that. And you just wanna dry the chicken as best you can. Now, while that's sitting there for a second, we're gonna make our rub. To make this rub, we're gonna use paprika, we're gonna use pepper, garlic powder, salt. The recipe is online. Thyme, don't worry about it. We always have the recipes up there for you. We like to do the videos so you can kind of see how we do things, especially when we're using our Power AirFryer Oven and some of the new features that we have, one of them being rotisserie. So again, the rub, just incorporate all the ingredients, doesn't have to be perfect. Now we're gonna take our chicken, put it on our board. Now we're gonna brush it with oil. You can do melted butter if you like, or a combination of. I'm using olive oil, just because I think olive oil is better for this. It actually adds a little flavor, whereas some of the other oils are neutral. It also helps hold the rub on. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the rub and I'm gonna distribute it all around the chicken. And then I'm gonna actually take my paintbrush and I'm gonna use my paintbrush to get it all in there, like this. You can use your hands, that's fine. But this is another easy way to make sure that you get the rub all the way around the chicken. And it's actually even a little bit easier because you can use the stuff that fell on the board to get all the way underneath the chicken too. I love the paprika because it adds a great flavor, but it also makes the chicken a beautiful color. Now we will put the spit in. Now you get this with your Power AirFryer Oven, so you can use the rotisserie function. So we're just gonna take this and pop it all the way through, like that. It's gonna come out the other end. And then you just pop it on like this. It's just a fork. It just goes right in, just like that. And then we tighten this little bolt, just like that. That's how you get it on the spit. Now I'm gonna show you how to put it in the oven. All right, so now we're just gonna put our chicken into the oven, just like this. You wanna put the left side in first, and then drop the other one right down, just like that. So all we have to do is hit the power button, and then we're gonna hit our rotisserie button. It's gonna be 400 for 30 minutes. Turns on by itself, turns off by itself. Again, we're not just rotisserie. It's not just a regular old rotisserie, which would be great. It's a rotisserie plus air fry, which is going to be 50 times better. There's nothing like a roasted chicken that makes your house smell amazing. Now, again, remember, not only did we put our chicken on a rotisserie, so it's spinning, it's actually basting itself in its own juice. And that's why rotisserie is great. But we also added the air fry function. And man, if you've never had an air fried chicken, it's so good. I'm telling you, way better than just roasting it in your oven. So we give you this nice little spit lifter, I call it. You just put it on here, you lift up one side, and you just pop it out just like that. It's really pretty easy. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lay this on my plate because you always want your chicken, or really anything for that matter that's hot, to rest. Chicken, you wanna let at least 15 minutes for a chicken this size, even 30. Remember, if you make a little gravy on the side, your gravy's gonna be hot. So don't worry, the chicken actually stays hot for a very long time. We're gonna let this rest for a minute. I'm gonna take the rotisserie spit out, and then we're gonna look at our beautiful bird. Okay, so now that it's rested, my metal bar is cooled. Make sure you test it first. You might need a hot mitt to do this, but mine is nice and cool. I take the little screw and I just unloosen it, pull this out just like that. Then I just take the spit and pull it out like that. It's super easy, super simple. We could have stuffed this chicken if we wanted to. It works just as easily. All right, guys, we brined it. It's a worthy step if you have time. If you don't have time, don't worry about it. You're still gonna have a delicious chicken. You wanna know why? Because we put it on a rotisserie spit, it basted in its own juices. How can it get any better than that? It can, because then we air fried it all at the same time. That is gonna be a delicious dinner.